Okay, Administrators Monthly Update, Mr. Yoke.
Thank you, Bob. Good evening, everyone. First off, thank you and congratulations to our three music teachers. That would be Ms. Emily Brown, Mrs. Joanne Nelson, and Ms. Kristen Freimark for their summer band, summer orchestra participation, as well as their performance July 4th in the parade and out in front of the travel agency on Milwaukee Street. Dan had asked last month about how many kids we're looking at, and at last count there are 89 kids involved with that. So there's like 56 in band, and then about 33 in the string program on average. So it's for this summer's program. So I don't know if all of you had the chance to see the parade or not, but again, the middle school band had a very impressive sound, and their marching and stuff was really well done. So really proud of that. The only other piece I wanted to highlight for you is the fact that the state budget now was signed into law on June 30th. Other than the funding pieces that I had talked to you about last week, there are some other, I guess, less discussed items in that budget that I thought you'd be interested in, including some funding for more STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. I think most of you know from a lot of the chatter in the media about the amount of resources being dedicated to voucher schools throughout the state. And as of last week, there were actually no applications yet from schools to DPI to become a voucher school. So people were kind of amazed at that point. And that was really last week, as far as submitting their application to be part of that vouchering program. Another piece of funding that the legislature added in was for increased monies for academic and career planning for grades 6 through 12. I don't know if you remember, for those of you that were on the board a couple of years ago, especially in PNC, we talked about our counselors meeting with families, especially in 6th grade, to do some career planning. And it wasn't necessarily every family at that point, but what I'm saying is that this funding initiative goes along those lines to continue to support that. What that looks like in the long term, I'm not quite sure yet, but they have allocated some money for that. Another interesting thing is that the residency requirement has dropped for police, fire. They have to be within a certain radius, but for other publicly funded employees. And then the last piece, and I hinted this to you, I believe either in May or June, is that they put a limit on how much we can increase the Fund 80 levy by, basically zero. But we didn't levy anything in Fund 80. We haven't for the last couple of years. The districts that have been doing that, they're not going to be allowed to increase the amount of levy, but keep that Fund 80. The last piece I just wanted to add is I wanted to officially welcome Kathy Hoppy. She's sitting immediately to my right. She's had an impressive start to her tenure here at WGSD, calling in people, meeting with them to really, and starting to put plans in place so that she can hit the ground running when everyone reports back about a month from now. But it's just been a real good start for her as far as planning for new hires and the curriculum initiatives that she's looking at and getting background information on from all the staff that have been involved. The last piece I just want to add for you is I had a family come through that wanted to meet with me in particular last June. And it was on one of those days, this family was looking about moving into the district. It was one of those days that we had a number of staff working on curriculum projects. They're also taking the tech department course that Cannon had described, and they commented on, they were just really, really impressed with the commitment of people that were here on site past that June 7th dismissal time. And I said, yeah, we really have a lot to be proud of with our teaching staff, considering how committed they are to keep working. So I just thought I'd pass that along, that it was actually noted from a family that doesn't live here and was thinking about coming here, just that the staff is really committed. So that concludes my report this evening.
Great report. Thanks, Chris. Do you have any questions?
I have just one comment. I think that career planning kind of falls in with what we're working at for Fox River.
I agree with you.
Yes. It looks like it'll ties right into what we're looking
The
at.
pathways and stuff. Exactly.
I did have a question of the band one back to that. So that's pretty good showing for strings.
30.
Yes. Yes. Right.
Yeah. On the band side, it seems well.
It's about half of what we usually have,
Yeah.
but I don't know that,
Can you maybe ask Joanne the last couple of years what the numbers are?
sure. The numbers that I had though, and there may have been more, Dan, but the numbers for sure that I had were from 5th and 6th. So I don't know if there's 7th and 8th tied in with that
well,
or
that
not.
makes sense, yeah. I'm
So-
looking at the whole gamut. maybe just
Okay.
grab the numbers.
Yeah, I'll get that clarified. It's a good question.
I was surprised to see the strength are really well attended, that's good.
Yeah,
Okay, and then as far as residency goes, that doesn't impact us anyway.
correct. You took it out of our contracts.
Okay, but wasn't that on stall in my last city also? I
There-
thought they would right there.
Right.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
It just makes me think, can we get an article in the paper welcoming Kathy?
Sure, I'd be happy to do that. Yeah, good discussion.
Picture too.
Oh, all right.